With
Thank
that, we
you.
bring in Stuart Kaplan, criminal defense attorney, former FBI special agent who worked on cases including the Centennial Olympic Park bombing and the anthrax attacks after 9/11, both of which and all of his work involved this kind of detail-oriented going through records and sales of small items. Stuart, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you back on the program. So what stands out to you as you listen to all the details we got today?
Well, several things, Martha, and thank you for having me. First and foremost, the tenaciousness of why Kash Patel is, in fact, the right guy to run the FBI right now is because, as I said before the Trump administration took over, is we needed a complete overhaul from the top down. And I think Kash Patel, whether you love him or hate him, his tenaciousness to take cases like this and work them to the point where it's clear now this case should have been resolved years ago. Look, Martha, once we have a cell phone that pings, we do what's called a process of elimination. We identify those individuals. We set up physical surveillance. We then wait to capture DNA off of those physical surveillances, and then we try to match up any forensic evidence that may have been left behind, because keep in mind, this individual, Brian Cole, may not have had any DNA on file, but he may have left DNA. And so the fact that Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, is now saying, coupled with the director, that there was no new evidence, quite frankly, is reprehensible. It seems like this case fell into a cold case status and just languished until Kash Patel, rightfully so, with the deputy director, Dan Bongino, said, look, we need to take a relook at this, and look how quickly they now are front and center with having someone apprehended 5 years later. My hat's off to them.
Yeah, it's so significant what you're saying, that there was no new, it's not like, oh, someone walked in the door with this incredible tip we didn't have before. All of the information that they had, the sneakers that he had, they knew how many thousand pairs of those were sold in the area. Then they just started methodically cross-referencing every piece of information they had until it's like the strings that we see on the bulletin board with the photos and the receipts, until they had a cross-section that led them to this individual. Let's put this up on the board. Brian Cole, 30 years old, Woodbridge, Virginia, lives with his mom and family. He works in the office of a bail bondsman. The cell data that they converged placed him in the area of where these were left. He's a registered owner of a vehicle that was observed a half a mile from the actual device. And here's Jeanine Pirro talking about this today, Stuart. Get your thoughts on the other side of this sound.
There were 233,000 black end caps of the type that were used in this case. I want you to think about the fact that the FBI had to go through the sale of every one of them to try to find commonality with an individual, along with the purchase of the pipe itself, the cap ends, the wires, the steel, and the 9-volt batteries.
So I guess, that goes to this police work, good old-fashioned, shoe leather that was the heart of unfolding this case. But what about this young man? What stands out to you, if anything, Stuart? What would you be looking at for motive here?
I mean, clearly, there's got to be some underlying motivation. What on that particular day motivated him? Obviously, this is a type of crime that there's a significant amount of planning, preparation, going out and purchasing those items that you need. Some level of sophistication, some level of knowledge, some level of understanding of how to put this type of device together and where you're going to choose your location. Was this an attempted assassination against the then Vice President Harris? Was it to disrupt the RNC, the DNC? We just don't know. But I will tell you, the FBI knows, and I want to also say to Jeanine Pirro's point, that is exactly why the men and women of the FBI, the men and women who are on the ground, the boots on the ground, are the best in the world. But they are only as good as the leadership at the top, which gives them the right guidance and direction of where to go and how to go. And unfortunately, our prior administration created such an anomaly, such a bad stain on the FBI that, thank God, now we have the FBI on course, back on course to rehabilitate their reputation to be the premier, not only law enforcement here in the United States, but worldwide. To Gene Piro's credit, think of how many hours had to go into just matching up that evidence. But again, they did it.
Yeah. And, you know, there was a lot of speculation around this case, a lot of discussion. It looks like it was overlooked because they put together evidence that was already in the file here. Looks like it was overlooked by the last director of the FBI. And it raises a lot of questions. And hopefully we'll get some more answers and put some of this speculation to rest or into action. We'll see what happened here. Stuart, thank you very much. Good to see you, sir.
My pleasure.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.